Hello everyone, and I welcome all of you to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. This is Pratik Srivastava here, founder of Online Study for You. TCS NQT exam is on the way, and in reasoning, definitely they are going to ask questions from sitting arrangement, floor based puzzle, boxed based puzzles, okay, and then month based questions. So these are the sure sort question which will be asked in your TCS exam. You cannot ignore 100% these questions will come. So friends, this video is going to be very important. I request you spend half an hour, watch this video. I will be also telling you how to approach towards the question, okay? So what all things you need to take care, that's all. Let us start with question number 1 without any bakwas. So for solving question number 1, which is from the circular sitting arrangement, friends, a basic concept I will tell you. So in circular sitting arrangement, you might get, okay, two situations. One is facing towards the center. See, if you are sitting here, okay, if you are sitting here, then this is your center, you are facing towards center. Then your right will be this side, your right will be this side, and your left will be this side. This is very important to understand. Now, second condition they will tell you, if you are facing outside the center. Now see, this is inside the center, dining table is there, you are sitting like this. Now if I turn like this is my right, this is my left. Now if I turn, you see, my right came this side and left came this side. So in this case, this will become your left and this will become your right. There should not be any confusion at all. Second thing, friends, what I am telling is, any question you are solving, okay, so if it is circular sitting arrangement, okay, linear arrangement, please try to make two diagrams, okay? So what will happen, friends, if there is any possibilities, no, things will not get messed up. If you are making only one circle, if you are making only one square, if you are making only one line based on, square sitting arrangement, based on linear sitting arrangement, then things will get messed up, okay? So here 7 persons PQRSTUV. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll put it here 1, 6, 7, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct? Done. Then, so next thing is identify the exact statement or definite statement, okay? Because that will be easy to place. And whatever information you are not able to place, that you can write it in a corner. Now let's see, P sits third to the left of U. So P sits third to the left of U. So right now you are totally free. You can place anywhere because all the fields are vacant. So P sits third to the left of U. I will put U here. See, everyone is facing the center. So definitely your right side will be, this will be your right and this will be your left. So P sits third to the left. So U is here, but yeah, first left, second left, and third left. P will come here. Same thing here. So 1, 2, 3. See, sometimes two diagram might not be required, but still you do it because right now it will not take time. But once you do a mistake, no, you have to again start. There you are going to spend a lot of time. Correct? Okay. Now, P sits third to the left of U in both the diagram. So this I don't need now. But yeah, this is a definite statement I have placed. I don't need it now. R sits second to the left of T. R sits second to the left of T and immediate neighbor of U. Now U has two neighbors here. My neighbor is this side also, this side also. एक भाभी इधर, right? Okay, भाभी जी घर पे हैं. Now R sits, so in one diagram I will place R here, in one diagram I will place R here. That is the reason I was telling you, my dear friends, if there are two diagrams, you are not going to mess up the things and you will be easily able to. So R sits now second to the left of T. So I should place T here, then only first left and second left. In this I should place T here, then first left and second left. Correct? See, your right will be always like this, okay? And your left will be always like this. Clear? Okay, clear. So now here R sits second to the left of T. So T is here, left this side and right this side. Okay, done. And immediate neighbor of U. So this is also done. V sits immediate right of S. I don't know where S will come. V sits immediate right of S. Okay. Q does not sit near to P. Q does not sit near to P. Okay, that is also fine. What is the position of V with respect to Q? So now friends, let's see what we have to do here. V sits immediate right of S. So what are the options I have? So V and S should come together. V sits to the immediate right of S, correct? So here I have only one option. So V and S, correct? Okay. So V sits immediate right. In this you see, so again V and S, this is the only option I have because V is sitting immediate right of S. Okay. Now what is remaining? Sir, Q is remaining. Q I will place it here. Q I will place it here. They are clearly telling Q does not sit near to P. So this particular diagram is wrong. This particular diagram is wrong. And that is my correct diagram here. That is my correct diagram here. So B, U, R, Q, T, P, S. What is the position of V with respect to Q? Now the position of V with respect to Q. So V is here and Q is here. From right side, if you will see, first, second, third, fourth. So fourth right. So fourth right. Okay. From left side, if you'll see 1, 2, 3. So third left. Okay. Third left. So based on what is given in the option, you can tick the answer. Okay. So V is 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth right, and 1, 2, 3, third left. That's all. So this was a simple question. Slowly, the level of the questions will increase, but ultimately, friends, you should know how to deal with this kind of problem. 8 person sits around a circular table. Again, bhaiya, make 2 diagram. 2 circle you make. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct? Okay, cool. Now what they are telling, one person sit between C and G. One person sit between C and G. Anywhere you take, so G if you take here, then one person sit between C and G. So now there are 2 conditions. Either C will come here or C will come here. So always this 2 diagram will help you to reduce the possibility messing up the things. Okay. So one person sits between C and G, that is done. F sits third to the left of G. So G is here, first left, second left, third left. F will come here. First left, second left, third left, F will come here. F sits third to the left of G. F sits opposite to B, who is adjacent to H. So F is sitting opposite to B. Okay. F sits opposite to B. Who sits? So if they are talking about who is nothing but B. B who sits adjacent to H. Adjacent means nearby. So here also F and B we will take. Okay. And then B sits adjacent to H. Adjacent means bhaiya your neighbor. Okay. Your neighbor. Pados wali bhabhi. Okay. Adjacent means your neighbor. Okay. And that is again, so B sits adjacent to H. In this diagram it is not possible. We will say bhaiya this is gone here. That I cannot do anything. 2 person sits between H and E. H and E, 2 person sits. So there is only one place. 1, 2, here it is occupied. So here, okay. And then who. So friends, whenever who will come, no, keep in your mind. Whenever who will come, this whatever is written here, E, who. So they're talking about E. E who does not sit opposite to D. So E is not going to sit opposite to D. Okay. So definitely then D will come here. Okay. Because E is not sitting opposite to D. What is the left one? So we had, okay, 8 person sits between. Anyway, now what is the position of F with respect to H? So F position with respect to H, 1, 2, 3, third left. So your answer will be third left. Okay. And then third left, and here you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here it will be fifth. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. So position of H. Okay. Correct. Third left and right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and fifth right. So out of this, whatever is given in the option, that you will take. So the main agenda is to understand how we can go ahead and solve this question. So part 1, see here they have not given what are the 8 members, so I don't need this particular one. Anyway, the question was still here, so we have already solved it. Clear? Done. So basically it will be A, B, C, D. So here A will come. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. So 8 persons, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H sits around a circular table. Okay. Now, friends, I will come to these questions. Okay. Before that, we will see one floor based, and then we will see these boxes. Okay. First boxes only we will see, because these are the important questions. Okay. Cool. I have some limited time, so that is the reason. Anyway, we'll see now. So next question. Okay, here you see. So 8 boxes are placed one above the other in a stack. Not more than 2 boxes are placed above box Q. So 8 boxes. So basically 8, I will just give the numbering: 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? And like this you put it, so that it will be easy for you to deal with this question. Okay, I will tell you, see, I am also telling you the way how you will be solving the questions. So let us take the possibility if you have any. Correct? Done. Now, okay, so now what is happening here? Not more than 2 boxes are placed above box Q. So friends, this meaning if you'll try to understand, so above Q, no, more than 2 boxes are not there. Maximum 2, 1 or 0. So in one place I will put Q here. So no, I cannot put Q here. I'll put Q here. So 1, 2, 2 boxes. In one possibility is Q is here 1 boxes, and in one Q is here, so 0 boxes. Correct? So this line is clear. Not more than 2 boxes are placed above boxes Q. Yes sir, that is very much clear. 3 boxes are placed between Q and T. So in between Q and T, I have 3 boxes. In between Q and T, I have 3 boxes. That is also done, sir. Super. Okay, now 2 boxes are placed between U and S. So between U and S, 2 boxes are there. Okay, which is placed below box T. So 2 boxes are placed between U and S, which is, so S, which is placed below T. So I have U and S, and in between 2 boxes I have, right? Okay. Box U does not place immediately above box T. So immediately above box T, U cannot come. Immediately above box T, U cannot come. Immediately above cannot come. Okay, now, so in the first diagram, S will come here, right? So 1, 2, then U will come here, because in between U and S, there is 2, and this thing is there. Okay, now, so here, now in the second possibility, let us try to see. So I can put S here, then in between S and U, there will be 2. But immediately here, T cannot come. So if immediately here T cannot come, means this is, no, I cannot remove it, I guess. Brush. Okay. Okay. So here I cannot put. Clear? Okay. Chalo. So that is clear. Then where should I put U, S? So sir, S you will have to put it here. So 2 and then U. Correct? Done. In this, if I put S here, then in between S and U 2, but U is already here, I cannot put. I cannot put S here, 1, 2, U will come here, which is not possible. So I'll have to put S here, so 1, 2, U will come here. So these are the possibilities I have now. Clear? See, little bit, you will have to have the patience when you are dealing with the puzzles. It will not take much time if you lose the patience. Okay. So box U does not, this is also done. box P is placed immediately above box X, B. So B and P. Okay, so like this. Box P is immediately above box B. So in this, I have only one choice, P and B. Okay, because this both should be together. I need two boxes like this. In this, no, I do not have the choice. In this also, I do not have the choice. So I have only this choice, which is going to work out. Okay, correct. Box R is placed above box W. Box R is placed above box W, but does not place above box B. Does not place above box B. That's all done. Okay. So I have done a small mistake. So one combination where P and B could have sat like this because P is above B, but in this case R is above W, correct? But W does not place above B. So then also it is wrong. So these two anyway eliminated. Now, so which of the following box is placed immediately above box W? So भैया immediately W के ऊपर है U. So your answer will be it's U who is going to solve the puzzle in the exam. Okay, cool. Now, so this one we will see, because this floor based puzzle is also again like, you know, it will be asked a lot in your examination. So that also we will try to cover. Is it mark? Okay. Sorry. 8 person ABCD are living in a different floors of 8 floored building. So we have 8 floor building. Where is the space here? So here I will put how much floor? 8. So how many 8 floor? Arre chalo bhai, 8. So 8 floor building. Bhaiya 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again same thing we will do. We'll see what happens. Okay. Now the question is, so all these are like till here the information we don't need. Till here this information we don't need. A lives on an even number floored above floor number 4. So bhaiya above floor number 4, what are the options we have? Above floor number 4 we have 6. So in one option I will assume A is sitting on 6. In one I will assume A is sitting on 8. Because above 4, how many even numbered floor we have? 6 and 8. So A lives on a even number floor above number 4. Done. 2 persons sleeps between A and E. So A and E we have 2 person. A and E we have 2 person. Correct? See, again I am taking the possibilities. Why? If you take in only one line, then you are going to mess up the things. So that is also done. B lives just below C on an even numbered floor. So B lives just above C on a even number. So this should be even number. Now, so in the first diagram, if you'll see, so I have B lives. So B can come here, C can come here. Okay. And then the possibility is B and C here. Okay, we'll see. B lives just above C on even number. C and F does not live at the bottom floor. So here the option is, in the first diagram there is only one option, because C does not live on the first floor. So that is gone. Okay, now in this case I will have options like, so I will go with more options in this case. Okay, so in this case where options will be there, in this case again I don't think options are there. So C and B cannot sit here because B will be on even number. So here so here it will be B and here will be C. Correct? Any other option? No, because B has to sit on the even number floor. So till here we are okay. Then this is done. B we have already placed it. Okay. D lives above E. So D lives above E on an odd number floor. So in this case D will come here, odd number floor above E, and above E D will come here. D lives above E on a odd number floor. More than 2% leaves between D and F. So more than 2%, so 1, 2, F can come here, more than 2%, okay? So definitely it's not 2, more than 2 means 3, 4. So this particular is going to be false here. More than 2 stays between D and F. More than 2 means, bhaiya, 1 and 2 is not required, minimum 3. So 1, 2, 3, F will come here. But they have clearly said, sir, F do not leave at the bottommost floor. So this is cancelled. Okay, now here. So more than 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so it will be more only. So F can come here because this is the only choice. Here F cannot come at the bottom. The reason is F does not leave at the bottom floor. Okay, now G leaves above H. So G leaves above H. That is the only. Okay, now friends, one thing, many of you might start thinking G leaves above H. Okay, so there are two things here. G leaves above H and G leaves immediately above. See, immediately above means G and H should be together. Okay, and if they just say above, then G can be here and H can be here, no problem. So G should be above H anywhere, like after 1 distance, after 2 distance, after 3 distance, after 4, 5 distance, no problem. But this would not be like this. If they say immediately, that means you have to go like this. Clear? Okay. Now question number 3. So question number 3 is from the square table sitting arrangement. This is a very nice question because here you will get to know this facing inside and facing outside both in a single problem. 8% P, Q, R, S, T, U, B are sitting around a square table. So what I am doing, I am making 2 square table. Correct? Okay, done. Such that 4 of them sits at the corner and faces the center. So 4 is sitting at the corner, who is facing the center. Okay, facing center. And 4 is sitting at the middle, who is facing outside. Correct? So total 8. So let me place it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 is sitting in middle and 4 sitting in the corner. As usual, we have taken 2. As usual, we have taken 2 diagram. Correct? Clear. Okay. Then this is done. This information is not required. Let us come here. So friends, if you are facing inside, then your right will be this side and your left will be this side. If you are facing outside, your left and right will change. That should be fixed in your mind. Correct? Okay, done. Q sits third to the right of R. 3% sits between T and R. P sits third to the right of W. W sits to the immediate left of P. W does not faces U. V sits to the immediate left of R. Q sits exactly between P and R. Who among the following sits opposite to S? After reading all the things, I did not find who is sitting in the corner, who is sitting in the middle. So let us start with this statement. Q sits third to the right of R. In one cases, I am taking R here. Okay, and in one cases I am taking R here. If you are facing outside, your left will be this and right will be this. Q sits third to the right. So 1, 2, 3, Q will be here. In this diagram, if you are facing inside, your right will be this side. So 1, 2, 3, Q will be here. This sentence I don't need anymore now. Also, there is one more sentence I had seen when I was reading. V sits to the immediate left of R. If R is here, the left will be this side. Okay, if R is inside, the left will be this side. This is also done, sir. Okay, 2 statement is done. Then 3% sits between T and R. R is here, R is here. So 1, 2, 3. So T will be sitting here. R is here means 3% sits between T and R. So T will be here, right? 1, 2, 3. Here also you see 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Clear? Okay. This is also done. P sits third to the right of U. Neither P nor U is known till now. W sits to the immediate left of P. Neither W, neither P is there. W does not faces U. W and U is not there. Let's see. Q sits exactly between P and R. So in between Q and R we have 2. So in between Q and P also we will have 2%, then only Q will come in middle. Now, you see between R and P, how many? So R and P from this side, sir, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So definitely Q is coming in the middle, to this side, and Q is coming in the middle. Same thing here. So in between Q and R, 2 members. So Q and P also there should be 2 members. Done. Then you see P sits third to the right of U. So now P is sitting third to the right of U. So that means, see, if P is sitting third to the right of U, that means in between U and P there should be 2 space. So P and U there is 2 space, but already Q is sitting. So this side we cannot go. 1, 2, this is empty. So I'll put U here. U is already inside. So first, second, third, right? Perfect. Okay, here you see P is here. So in between P and U there should be 2%. So already Q is sitting here. So I will be putting U here. And if it is facing outside, your right will be this side. 1, 2, 3. Perfectly fine. Chalo. W sits to the immediate left of P. So if you are outside, okay, correct. W sits to the immediate left of P. So if you're outside means this side will be your left and this side will be your right. So here W will come. In this case, P is here. So left W will come. So I have both the diagrams ready. Now they are telling W does not faces U. So W does not faces U. So this is wrong. So this diagram is correct. Who among the following sits opposite to S? So S will come here, only one place. So opposite to S, P will come and P will become the correct answer. Now I am going to give you one very good puzzle. So this is not tough actually, but this is good. Okay. So if you use little bit of mind, I will also give you hints for this question. And I wanted you to solve and tell me the answer. Okay. See, 7 persons named A, B, C, D, E, F and G born in 7 different months. So we have, chalo bhai. So we have January. Arey yaar, why you are coming? So we have January, okay. Then we have March, okay. These are the months. Then we have April, we have May, we have July, we have September, and we have October. Correct? Okay. Now again, so we will have to take the possibilities. Okay. I'm just giving you hints for this question, and the ultimate solution arrangement you have to tell. Now they're telling, okay, 3 persons born between F and C. F was born in the month having odd number of days. So here January 31 days, March 31 days, April 30 days, May 31st, July 31st, September 30 and October 31. Right? Okay. So A was born before C. See, immediately born means like this. Immediately born means like this. But they're not telling immediately born. So there might be somebody else also in between. A was born before C and born in the month having even number of days. So A was born when there was even number of days. So either in the April or in the September, that we need to see. A was born before C. In this diagram, I can easily place A was born before C. I can easily place because there is no such options. Correct? Okay. And then they are telling 3 persons born between F and C. So 1, 2, 3. 3 persons between F and C. But they're also telling F was born in the month having odd number of days. So this is gone because F is here born in the even number of days. Okay. Now, see, still you will have to take the possibilities. Now it is sure that A has been born on 30 of April itself. Okay. Now, in these cases, okay, in these cases, we will have to consider C can be born here. Okay. In second one, C will be born here. In third one, C will be born here. And one more, you will have to take the possibility. Okay. So A here. So C would have been born here. C would have been born here. C would have been born here. Okay. But the last one, because in between F and C, there are 3. So this is gone. Correct? Okay. Here you see in between C and F 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is also gone. Right? Because in between C and F there are 3 persons. So 1, 2, 3. So F will come here. Correct? Just a minute. Okay. So all possibilities are gone. Now you have only this possibility. Okay. So from here I am leaving it on you. Please solve and tell me the correct answer, that what will be their order. I have already given you hints that how you can start with the problem. Please let me know in the comment section the current sequence. Thank you. Take care. All the very, very best. We'll meet soon in the next video. Till then, please take care of yourself.
Welcome to the video. And if you're preparing for TCS NQT, be it Ninja Digital or Prime roles, firstly, congratulations, you're one step closer to your dream. This video is a must watch if you're preparing for TCS, and today in this video, we will be solving some previous year questions in verbal ability, straight from the actual TCS exam papers, and I'll provide clear explanations for the answers and some of the solving tips. Okay. So by the end of the video, you'll be able to identify the questions. I'll provide you with some tips and tricks, how to solve, and what are the topics that we will cover. All of that will be taken care of in this video. So what is the first question? What are the topics from which I should start preparing for TCS NQT? See, when you're talking about verbal ability, it's quite vast. At the same time, TCS verbal ability is not going to be that difficult. Okay, all that you need is a little bit of preparation and confidence, and you'll be able to crack it. Right. So quickly grab a notebook and let us begin with today's session. So let me quickly scroll past and you should be able to see the questions. Yes. So firstly, I thought we'll start with error identification, because that is the part where most of the students, they feel they need more practice in error identification. So we'll begin with error identification only. Let me pick the marker and we shall start. So let us begin with reading. So it says one part of the sentence below may contain an error. Identify the part. If there's no error, choose no error. Now, what you will be doing here is you'll read the sentence and one part of it, meaning either these three words or these three words, that will be provided in your options. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. You simply have to identify and choose the option that is faulty, which has an error. Okay. Now let me read the sentence that we can identify the error. A sociologist studies the way in which people live together, raise their family, and follow community structures and customs. Okay. Now, how to solve error identification questions? There are two simple rules. Okay. Look for the subject, verb, and agreement. Sometimes the error is very obvious. Okay. Look for cause and effect. So if this particular thing happens, then the other thing will be following that one, right? So you can look for things like that, but the very basic thing is to look for subject, verb, and agreement. Okay, if the subject is singular, then the following things will also be singular. Those kind of grammar rules you can go through, and it will differ from sentence to sentence. In this particular sentence, so if you see, the sociologist studies the ways in which people live together, okay, and raise their family and follow community structures and customs. Okay, so I don't think there is any error in the first half. A sociologist studies the ways in which people live together. Yes, of course. So the subject here is the sociologist. We're talking about the sociologist here. And raise their family and follow community structures and customs. Yes, of course. Community structures and customs. It perfectly follows. So I don't think there are any errors here. There's no error in this part. And okay. A sociologist study the way. Okay, it's not studies, but study. So it should have been a sociologist study the ways in which people live together. Why studies? Because the subject is singular. A sociologist is one person. If there's going to be more than one person, then you'll probably say sociologists, right? So we're talking about only one sociologist here, and therefore, since the subject is singular, I think it should have been study and not studies. Okay, the action word should have been study. So I think this is the part of the sentence that has an error. And let's quickly go and look at the options. Option A, option B. Yes, option B has highlighted that sentence. So option B would be the most correct answer for this particular question. Let's go to the next one. The rise in the price of oil and an increase in demand has forced some small businesses to shut down. Okay. See, now you might feel like it has no error the moment you read the sentence, but read it two times or more than once. Okay. Because it's better to always check and read more than once and also check the subject verb agreement carefully in TCS grammar questions because that is where mostly they'll fix errors in. Okay. So, yes. Let us quickly find out. The rise in the price of oil and an increase in demand has forced some small businesses. Okay, now see, it is like first time when you read it, you might not be able to find it, but if you look closely, there are two subjects, rise and increase. We're talking about, I mean, rise and increase have the same meaning, but they have quoted it into two different subjects. The rise in the price of oil. Oil price has been risen. And then increase in demand. There are two subjects here. Okay. So if we have two subjects, then it should have been have and not has. All right. So since there are two subjects, rise and increase, it should have been have forced some small businesses. Okay, not has forced. So the error is somewhere here. Okay. We'll go and pick the option that has the correct one. Has forced, this is the part that has the error. So the rise in the price of oil and an increase has forced, yes. Again, option B here also. That is the one that has the error. Okay. Third question. This is a fill in the blank, which is a part of grammar. Okay. I'm not going to let a small setback blank my progress in life. And the options are jeopardize, inhibit, impede, and facilitate. See, jeopardize means to risk, and facilitate means make it easier. Okay. Inhibit is basically inhibiting something and like getting something. All right. So it's not jeopardize. The meaning is risk. Okay, it's not jeopardize, and it's not facilitate as well. It could be inhibit or impede, but I think impede would be the most correct because the meaning of impede is to hinder or slow down. Okay. So yes, I'm not gonna let a small setback impede my progress in life. Yes, it is impede. So let us choose option C as the correct answer. Let's go to the fourth question. The most blank I've had about the project. See, this is I have had. Okay, sometimes when you have words like that, they combine it together and it's expressed as I. I was nothing but I have. All right. The most I've had about the project were the lack of communication from the team and the tight deadlines. Okay. And the options are consternations, concerns, apprehensions, and misgivings. All right. So, the most concerns I've had about the project were the lack of communication from the team. and the tight deadlines. Okay, so you will be concerned about what the how you can do the project. No, that's just a concern. It quotes a concern. So the correct answer would be option B. All right. Okay. You can also do elimination method to rule out the wrong answers and also find out. Okay, that will also work. Next one. This is sentence correction. Okay. He ran so fast that he can reach his home before the dark. Okay, there is an error in this part. This was very obvious, very easy one also, guys. He ran so fast so that he can reach his home before dark. Okay. So I quickly identified it. So see, these kind of questions come up every year. Okay. So make sure you watch out for these kind of questions and quickly learn how to answer them. Okay. All right. So he ran so fast so that he can reach his home before the dark. Now it is a past action. Okay. Look at the sentence. He ran so fast. It's in the past tense. So it should have been could and not can. Okay. It's a past. The action lies in the past tense. So he ran so fast that he could reach his home before dark. Okay. So it's here. It should have been he could reach his home before dark. Option A is your correct answer. All right. And by the way, there is this TCS NQT crash course with the new patterns and all the live classes going on here. And it is like very useful. Okay. You can make the most use out of it because there are a lot of advantages in it. See, you're going to get it one time and then you're going to land in a job that is going to be 12 LPA or 7 LPA based on the role that you land in. It's obviously a plus plus on both the sides. Right. So if you want to enhance your skills on everything, right from aptitude, reasoning, verbal ability, and programming, right? So this course would be the most apt one for you to choose because a lot of students have benefited from it the previous year, okay? And a lot of testimonies are also available. So you'll get 6-month validity plus there are so many learning materials, okay? You get it once and then you have access to it for almost half of the year. Okay. So that's going to be really a great opportunity and a chance for you. Please don't miss it, guys. And you've got around 1,750 learning materials with video lectures and 60 tests. That is more than sufficient for you to crack TCS. Okay, it is a very great opportunity. So please make use of it and try to, make use of opportunities as and when they come because opportunities don't come around all the time, right? So that is something that I wanted to share with you all. And let us quickly go to whatever we were discussing. All right. And the course is on discount as well. Okay. If you're smart enough, you'll get it on discount. All right. Let's go to the close test. Traveling is considered one of the most blank among the available hobbies one can practice. Nevertheless, it is the most expensive one too. As nowadays the airfares are increasing. Okay. I think I blurted out a hint of the answer. Don't worry about that. Please quickly look into the options and if you want, you can even pause the video, try to figure out what the answer is before I could explain. That will be a best practice actually. Okay, and you can also try to answer the questions. All right, so let me explain. Traveling is considered one of the most nourishing, glorifying, dissatisfying. It's not dissatisfying, so you can eliminate dissatisfying here itself. Fulfilling. It's one of these three. The most apt word would be fulfilling. Okay, traveling is considered one of the most fulfilling among the available hobbies one can practice. Nevertheless, it is the most expensive one too, as nowadays the airfares are skyrocketing. Airfares won't be decreasing because they're making a lot of money, right? And the refunding is also not that great with airfares. Okay, the airfares are skyrocketing. Skyrocketing means increasing, right? I hope you understood this. Let's go to the next one. The most obvious evil of the advertisement industry lies in the exaggerated blank of actual goodness. See, I don't have a habit of saying dash because that is not the correct way to pronounce. So I often say blank. So if you're wondering what that blank is, I'm referring to this high underscore here. Okay. All right. See, advertisements often judgment, portrayal, determination, misinformation. Okay. The most obvious evil of the advertisement industry lies in the exaggerated misinformation of actual goodness. Okay. Something might be really good, but some people will tell you that just because they can't get it, or just because they are not able to have access to it, they'll provide misinformation about it. So the correct answer is misinformation. Next question. So this is a sentence rearrangement question, and what you are expected to do here is this sentence S1 and S4 are correct. They are in the right place. And you have three other sentences P, Q, and R, and you must reorder them in a way that makes sense. Okay, let us read it and find out which order would be the most correct one. All right. Every government has tried to do its best to take care of the students, but it's not possible to cater to every student's needs. Okay. So it is something related to education and it has something to do with the government, the first sentence. And the concluding sentence, see, this is how you answer the question. Okay, read the starting and then read the ending and then go to picking the other intermediary options. There are multiple reasons behind why students get depressed. Okay, so they are saying that the government can't try and do everything to satisfy students' needs. And the last sentence is like there are multiple reasons why students get depressed. Okay. And what does the options have to say? Let's look at the options. Even the most successful student has at some point gone through a bad time in school. Okay. There are different challenges in different schools. Students have different types of needs and the teachers also get changed from time to time. Okay. All right. So the first sentence is like the government has tried to do its best to take care of students, but it's not possible to cater every student's needs. Okay. So the first sentence is like every government, it is like they're talking about the challenges. Okay. That is what the first sentence basically starts. So if the government cannot do the best to take it, it has something to do with the challenges or the issues facing. And the first point that complements or follows S1 is Q. That is very clear. There are different challenges in different schools. So if the challenges are different, then obviously the way of handling them will also be different, right? So it is Q. Q will come first. Next, what will come is even the most successful student, and students have different types of needs. Okay. So you would have found out the answer by now. Okay, if the first one is Q, simply if you look at the options, there's only one option that has Q as the starting. So you will be able to identify it then and there if you're lucky enough. Or sometimes the options can have multiple Qs starting, and you'll have to spend a little more time. Okay. And the second sentence that will follow with this sentence, there are different challenges, is that even the most successful student has at some point in time gone through a bad time in school. And then they say that students have different types of needs and the teachers also get changed from time to time. And there are multiple reasons behind which students get depressed. Okay. So usually try to figure out what the first and last sentences are trying to convey. Once you know what the first sentence is about, quickly look for the next sentence that basically either complements or talks about or brings in a point from the first sentence. That is how you can do sentence rearrange. And once again, the correct answer is options. Okay, let's go to the next one. Another sentence rearrangement question. This is about learning English. Okay. Learning English is very important in the present age. And the concluding sentence, it has become a crucial element of the job application and the interview process. Okay. Okay. Learning English is very important in the present age. Why is it important? Because English is a global language, which makes it an international way of communication. So it is Q once again here. See, I was able to grasp it just by looking at it. Okay, so I don't think this one is pretty easy. There's much of discussion for this. So this comes first. And then English has been a prerequisite in multiple sectors, which gives you an edge over others. You can gain access to knowledge resources around the world that are primarily available in English. Okay, then it has to be P. Okay, that is Q, P, and then it is option R. First, we are saying that it is very important. The subject that we're talking about is English. And why it has become very important? Because it is a global language. And then many resources are available in English only. So it's Q, P, and R. Okay, so let us tick the correct option, which is option A. Okay, let's go to the next question. This is again sentence rearrangement question. And okay, let's read it. Price is one of the important cues that customers look for in making a purchasing decision. Okay, they're talking about customers and prices. Further research can be done on which element has the maximum effect on the perception of the consumers. Okay. Further research can be done on which element has the maximum effect on the perception of the consumers. Okay, so what they're trying to tell us is that customers often look at the prices before buying, and like which element has a maximum effect is that mostly it is the price. Okay, so that is what they're trying to tell, and two sentences can fit in. It's either out of the three, two fit in. So we'll have to find out which the two is, because in the options only two are provided. Okay. So the thing that we're talking about is the prices of products. So price is one of the important cues. And why is it important? We can ask that question to find out the next answer. No? Or try to find out the conflicting findings when it is something, when it has something to do with money. Okay, it's usually like that. Price is one of the important cues that customers look for in making purchasing decisions. The relationship between price and perceived performance risk. Oh, there's another sentence above. Okay. The conflicting findings may be due to the nature of advertisements. Okay. And they're talking about the relationship between the price and the perceived performance risk. A relatively high price will reduce the consumer's perception of the performance risk. Okay. So firstly, they're not delving too much into what the customers are talking about. Okay. So it's like price is one of the important cues that customers look for in making a purchasing decision. And then, see, this seems like a finding. Okay. They're telling us that the price is one of the cues. So if price is one of the cues, and the next sentence, straight away, you can't go and say conflicting findings. So it can be the relationship between price and perceived performance. That can be done. Okay. So it can be Q. Q will come first. And then you can say, after comparing the price and the perceived performance risk, then you can say these conflicting findings, because we're talking about the price. And then we're trying to tell that if the price and the performance risk is, how is it impacted by the presentation of the advertised message. So these conflicting findings may be due to the nature of the advertisement. So it's QP. All right. So ये question का answer QP. Okay, it's QP. All right, let's go to the next one. Question number 11. Okay, so that was 10. Okay, this is 11. And now another sentence rearrangement. I think there are a lot of sentence rearrangement this time. Never mind, you'll get a good practice. Reading is an important activity to build vocabulary and improve grammar. They're talking about reading. Reading is the subject here. This ultimately leads to improvement in written and oral communication. See, if you feel that sentence rearrangement is like too much, then you can probably fast forward the video, go to the other topics, then come back and listen to this as well. So you're free to do that, and don't worry about it. Okay. The main point is that you must enjoy the learning process. So that is what matters. So S1 talks about how reading improves grammar, and S4 says that it ultimately leads to communication improvement. Now we have to find out which sentences fit in the middle. Okay. So it is an important activity, and P says that reading different pieces of content will help in building your vocabulary. Okay. Reading makes it possible to understand the use of vocabulary in an appropriate way. With this improvement in grammar, you will be able to write better sentence. Okay. Okay. Improvement in grammar comes when you're building your vocabulary. So P and then R. Okay. So if we have to know if Q will come here or here, let's find out. Reading makes it possible, or even here. Okay. Reading makes it possible to understand the use of vocabulary in an appropriate way in sentences. Okay. So the correct answer could be, so first we're telling that reading is an important activity. And then I'm saying that reading different pieces of content will help in building my vocabulary. And with that improvement in grammar, I'll be able to write better. Okay. And reading makes it possible to understand the use of vocabulary in appropriate way in sentences. So only if you write, you get sentences, right? So it's P, R, and Q. Okay. And where's the option? It's option D, guys. Option D is the most correct answer for this particular sentence. Next question, which is sentence combination. Here we will mostly be using conjunctions and compound words like and, but, or, so, yet, for, thus, since. All right. So let's try. I completed the assignment. I submitted the assignment. And look at the options. I completed but submitted the assignment. It's false. It says but. It's not correct. I completed the assignment and submitted it. I completed the assignment when I submitted it. Wrong. I completed the assignment after I submitted it. This is also wrong. It's option B. Okay. Option B is the most correct answer because you're saying that you completed the assignment and then submitted. So and is your compound word here. That was pretty easy. Okay, let's do another close test. Okay, we do not understand the value of good health until it is lost, blank, and an asset to protect. And we're expected to choose two of the three sentences provided here. Okay. So, we do not understand the value of good health until it is lost, full stop. It should be treated as a valuable commodity. Words don't repeat like that in a good sentence structure. So A doesn't come here. You should have a balanced diet to stay healthy. Okay. Now we should consider it as a blessing and an asset to protect. Okay. It can be C. C could be coming here. It should be treated as a valuable commodity. Okay. So we do not understand the value of good health until it is lost. Now we should consider it as a blessing. Okay, so we're saying that until it is lost. So the health has been deteriorated. Okay, so it will be option C. And then now we should consider it as a blessing and an asset to protect. It should be treated as a valuable commodity. So it is C and A. So what is the option that has C and A? It's option B that caters to C and A in this particular sentence. Let's go and try another close test. When one takes calcium supplement, one must also make sure that diet is rich in vitamin D. Okay. If there's not sufficient vitamin D intake, the body does not generate hormone calcitriol. Okay, don't worry about these kind of words because it's just that you need to know that it's a hormone. Okay, some students will be like, ma'am, do I have to know all these kind of? It's not necessary. The only thing you have to consider is the grammar part. Okay, if there's not sufficient vitamin D intake, body does not generate the hormone calcitriol, then it makes it very difficult for the body to absorb calcium. The option B would be coming here because it's like a cause and effect. If the body does not generate the hormone, it makes it very difficult for the body to absorb. Okay. Okay, so the first one is the one that we have to find out. So let's go to the options and check if we can make our work a bit easier. If the second blank is B, there's only one option that has the second blank as B. Let's check if A fits into the first blank. Because it is required for the body to absorb the calcium. When one takes calcium supplement, one must also make sure the diet is rich in vitamin D because it is required for the body to absorb calcium. Yes, option A does fit in. So therefore, A is the most perfect answer for this particular closed test. All right, let's go and do question number 15. See, guys, you can have closed test either as sentences, which we saw in the previous question, okay, like 13, or it could be something like a word. No, be prepared for anything. All right, so 15th question. So let us read 15th question and let's try to answer. I was blank to meet my friends after the long lockdown. I kept thinking about the time spent and the good memories we made. The last time we met was 6 months ago for a coffee. We are blank to plan a trip to Goa next month. Okay. Now, this can be a little bit tricky when you're looking at the second blank because all the I mean, 2 or 3 words might seem to fit in. Okay, I'll tell you why it is proper, why it is not on the go. I was eager to meet my friends after a long lockdown. It's not hesitant or reluctant because why would one be hesitant or reluctant to meet their friends? So I was eager to meet my friends after a long lockdown and all of these sentences. We are planning to plan a trip. Okay, it's not 2 words do not come together like that. It's not planning to plan a trip. So it's not planning. We are making is creating something. So it's not making. So thinking and deciding. We are deciding to plan a trip. We are thinking to plan a trip. Both of it would be correct. Both of them are valid answers too. Okay, but decisions come when we're talking about 2 or 3 people. So, like this particular passage speaks only of one person and dominant. Okay, so it is mostly singular. So it's gonna be thinking to plan a trip to Goa next month. Okay, but both the answers could be correct, possible answers only. Okay, so blank 1 is A, eager, and blank 2 is option C, which is thinking, but deciding also could be a correct answer. Okay, because it makes absolute sense. All right, let's go and do the next one. Sentence correction. Select the most appropriate replacement for the bold part of the given sentence. Okay. So it has not been bold, but I'll underline it for you. Okay. You are supposed to replace this part of the sentence. The company plans to launch the product in the next quarter, which is a high demand period. All right. So let us see what the error is and try to identify. Okay. The company plans to launch the product. Okay. They're talking about a company, which is our subject. The action is to plan to launch the product. Okay. The action perfectly follows the subject. In the next quarter, which is a high demand period. There's no error. Maybe let's take another look at it. The company plans to launch the product in the next quarter. When? Okay, it answers the question when as well. And which is a high demand rate. Yes, there's no correction. The sentence is perfectly fine. So no correction is required in this particular sentence. Let's go to the next one. I have a lot of work to do. I can't leave office blank. So I have a lot of work to do. This square would be tricky. Okay. Can't leave office for could be a period of time. It's like it fits a usage. Okay, the sentence, it does not seem completed, but this is how the question is. See, I'll tell you, I have a lot of work to do. I can't leave office for. Office by an hour. Office until I finish the work. See, maybe if there was something here, it would have been correct, but there's nothing here. So it's like I can't leave office for. Yes, for would be the most correct answer. I have a lot of work to do. I can't leave the office for. For whatever purpose that comes here. Okay. So option C will go perfectly with 18. Let's go to, or wait, let's check option E. By 1 hour. I have a lot of work to do. I can't leave the office by 1 hour. I can't leave the office by an hour. This also could be a possible answer, but let me quickly check which one suits the best. It's for, guys. It is for, because that's how it means. See, it's like for is usually used, the phrase can't leave the office for, the phrase is usually used when it is a period of time. Okay, basically fits the usage, whatever you're trying to talk about. So it's for. Let's go to the next one. Read the passage and fill in the blanks. By 2020, marketing campaigns blank relied on artificial intelligence to enhance customer experience. Companies will be communicating their blank, okay, by developing digital twins of customers. AI-driven personalization is expected to increase profitability and create a better consumer experience. Okay. So, by 2025, marketing campaigns. It sounds like a future perfect tense, right? It sounds like a future perfect tense. So, will have relied. Yeah, I feel that there's an error in the options. Okay, it should have been will have. Yes. Now I think we'll be able to choose. By 2025, marketing campaigns will have relied on artificial intelligence to enhance customer experience. Companies will be communicating their ideas by developing digital twins. Yes. So it is B and C, which will be option B is your correct answer. Okay. See, sometimes there'll be false because we have to hand type out all the questions, right? So apologies on that. I hope you understood this question. Let's go to the next one. And here we have another sentence here. I think we already came across this one is repeating. Okay, so let's just go to the next one. Yes, this is a different one. Let's read this one. The world is changing rapidly in the context of technology. They have adapted to digitalization and have customized their products in line with the current trends. Okay, and what is the first sentence about? They're talking about the world changing. Okay, and the last sentence is like this change will soon make a huge impact on the world. Okay, fine. Now it makes sense. Now I'm able to figure it out. So it was like the world changing rapidly in the context of technology, and then this change will make a huge impact. So what is contributing to this rapidly changing events? Okay, let us read and understand. They have adapted to digitalization and have customized their products. Data analytics utilizes powerful algorithms to analyze current and past consumer data to come up with solutions. Okay, now it ends with technology. What is the technology they're talking about? A field data analytics. So it's Q once again. And low cost of implementing data analytics driven software is an added advantage. Okay, they're talking about implementing something. So R will be followed by S4. Okay. So it's like S1, Q, R, and S4. So P has to come in between. So it's QPR. which is option C. Option C is your most correct answer for question number 21. Okay. Let's go to and do another sentence rearrangement. I think there are a lot of sentence rearrangement questions, but that's okay. There's like 3 more. Let's do all the 3. Okay. Dar is a small village in Ladakh region that is a home to the tribe of people who are believed to be the descendants of the original Aryan race. Due to the unique features, that's a part of the options. Let's go and with the last one. The research about the origins of the tribe is still going. Okay, let me highlight. So, I think it's pronounced as Dard, not Dard, right? It's Dard. So they're talking about a place called as Dard, which is a small village. I'm sorry for the pronunciation if I'm pronouncing it wrong, because I'm hearing it only now. I think it's Dard. All right, never mind. The thing is the concept of rearrangement that we have to concentrate. Okay. So, they say it's a small village which is a home to the tribe. So they're telling what the place of this, and then it looks more like a definition of that place. Okay. Yes. And the word that is derived from the Sanskrit word Daradas, Daradas, which means people who live on the hillsides, said Virendra Bangru, assistant professor at IGNCA, who has extensively researched on their lives. Interesting. Okay, there's also a line of thought that the Aryans of Ladakh might have descended from the soldiers in Alexander's army over 2000 years ago. All right, so this sentence does not have any sort of a contribution or a connectivity to the previous sentence. Okay, so it is these two that we have to look at, if it's PQ or if it is QP. Okay, since this feels more like a definition of the village, Dard, we could say due to the unique features, the people are the topic of much discussion and research, and then we can go and explain what the meaning of the word Dard is. So it can be PQ. So yes, PQ is the most appropriate answer for this particular question. Let's go into the next sentence rearrangement. The most important skill for a manager is communication. A good manager, oh my God, what happened to my pen? Froze. Okay, okay. Sorry for that. All right. The most important skill for a manager is communication. Effective communication is a prerequisite for a manager's role. Poor communication can lead to a lot of confusion and can create a problem in the team. Managers need to convey their expectations clearly to the team. A clear-headed leader is a clear communicator, which brings success to the team. Okay. So it's about the job role of a manager and how it is important. Okay. So the firstly, they're talking about importance of communication. And then it could be effective communication is a prerequisite for the manager's role. So this can come first. And then you can immediately, you need not talk about poor communication. We can say that managers need to convey, and that is why it is important. So it can be P, R, and then Q. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. That was actually easy. Okay, so option B will be the most correct answer. I think I'll erase it and I'll tell you why. See, firstly, they're talking about the skill communication, and then we are expressing about how effective communication is a prerequisite for the manager's role. After talking about that, then we're saying that managers need to convey their expectations clearly to the team. And if at all poor communication exists, can lead to a lot of confusion. A clear-headed leader is a clear communicator, which brings success to the team. Okay, that is why PRQ follows and makes proper sense of sentence. Let's go to the next question. If I was a millionaire, I would buy a large bungalow with a swimming pool. Okay. If I was a millionaire, it should have been if I were a millionaire. Yes. It should have been if I were a millionaire, I would buy a large bungalow with a swimming pool. So the error lies in this half of the sentence. All right. And therefore, let's choose option B as the part that has the error. Now we have another cloze test. The new curriculum has been implemented in all the schools. The teachers blank to get a better experience. The teachers are doing their best to implement it to get a better experience. The teachers are doing their best. Yes, I think D will be coming here. They have been trained with the new pedagogical strategies and provided with the required resources. However, some schools do not have basic infrastructure in place. It is high time that the government should take a step to bridge this gap. It's C and D. Is there an option for C and D? Yes? No? I'm sorry, D and C. First is D, then C. Yes, we do have an option that has it, which is option D. Okay, let's go and do the next one. You are going to read about health. Some sentences are missing from the text. Okay, another cloze test once again. We do not understand the value. Okay, I think we saw this in the previous question as well. If you remember it, please go ahead and choose the answer. Otherwise, we can go to the next question. See, sometimes when we pick questions from various question papers, exact questions could repeat. Okay, so that is a clear possibility. Okay, there are 3 hand-picked questions, question papers from which the questions have been picked and explained to you in this session. So sometimes it happens. Let's go to the next one. The manager was meticulous in checking every detail of the report. What is the meaning of the word meticulous? See, meticulous could simply mean thorough, precise, and accurate. All the 3 are somewhat similar. Thorough, precise, and accurate are very close relative meanings of meticulous. The manager was precise in checking every detail of the report. Okay. Thorough doesn't properly fit in with the sentence. It kind of feels odd. So let's score it out. It's either precise or accurate. Precise looks like a more formal language. So let's go with option C, which is precise. Okay. Next question. Choose the correct form of the sentence. She don't like coffee in the morning. She doesn't like coffee in the morning. Okay, it's not don't like, it's does not. Okay, we do not use don't when it comes to singular subjects. Okay, she is a singular subject and therefore it is does not. Okay, so she doesn't like coffee in the morning. Okay, what's the difference between, okay, it says likes, it's option C then. She doesn't like coffee in the morning, option C. I hope it's clear. Let's go and do the last question for this video. Select the word that is opposite in the meaning. Okay. So the sentence was the same, but the previous one, it was the meaning, and now it is the opposite. Maybe it would have come in 2 different papers. All right. So I think this should be easy for you to identify. If meticulous, the meaning is thorough, precise, and accurate, then the opposite is careless. Right. That is the obvious answer that one can say. If the meaning was shown in the above, no, in the previous question, which was thorough, precise, and accurate, then obviously the meaning would be careless. Right. So we've come towards the end of the discussion, and there were a lot of questions. We covered nearly 30 questions here. And I hope it was useful to you guys. And please make the most out of this video. Okay, because see, what I'll say is, if at all you don't understand, pause it, go back, repeat, and then proceed. That's how you practice. Okay. If you found this helpful, Make sure to share it with your friends and others who are preparing for TCS as well. And do check out our TCS crash course, the course that is provided for full-length tests, live interviews, and study materials. Keep practicing, stay confident, and I wish all of you a very best of luck, and God bless you all to crack the exams and get placed in TCS. Okay, all the best, guys, and thank you for patiently watching the video towards the end. Thank you.